Dear Mr. Amit Shah, I saw a speech in Hindi Divas, and you feel that Hindi should be the one unifying language for India and everybody should learn Hindi. Apparently, you have no concept of what it is to be an Indian, what India is. You only know about Hindi, and that is what you're trying to do. So let me, impart certain things to you. Now, the whole concept of India is 72 years old. We were all different princely states before the Britishers came in. And only when the Britishers came in, we came together and fought them. And after independence, Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel went around the country and said, let's all come together. Let's not be divided. Let's come together and be as one country. And we agreed to it. And when we agreed, we made a promise to each other. And what is that promise? When we say to each other, I respect your history, your culture, your tradition, your language, and everything about you, and you do the same to me. I will not impose anything on you. You will not impose anything on me. We are equals. That is the promise we made to each other. When you try to impose your language on me, you cease to be equal to me. You are trying to become my master, and that we will not allow. See, only an ignorant person will think, it's just a language, what's the big deal, learn it. No, a language is a culmination of a person or a community's history, their tradition, their culture, their consciousness, their way of thinking. It is all embedded into the language. So when you impose Hindi on us, you're imposing your way of life, your thinking, your thought process, your history and tradition on us. You're belittling us. You're taking away our identity. I'm a Tamilian. Okay, our history dates back 10,000 years back. This Dravidian family of languages has been the native language of India. Sanskrit came from another country. It is not an Indian language. It is from a Proto-Indo-Aryan descent. Go read your history. So, technically speaking, maybe the Dravidian language should be the national language. But are we saying that? No. Why? Because we respect each other. We don't impose anything on each other. Now you can ask, what is the big difference? What happens in language imposition? You just have to travel 200, 300 years back. When the Britishers came in, they imposed their language on us. And now we started to believe that everything Western is great and everything Indian is not so great. We become insecure and ashamed of ourselves. That is what happens in language imposition. Now, I want to ask all the Hindi-speaking people something. Be truthful and honest about this. Isn't it a fashion wherein speaking Hindi is more fashionable and more cool than speaking a local language? If somebody doesn't know Hindi and only know a local language, don't you discriminate against them? That feeling is there, right? And that is what happens when you do this, imposition of language. You suddenly belittle everybody else. Trying to bring everybody under one language is the dumbest thing to do, because that is not what India is. Unity in diversity. That is our strength. I respect Telugu from Kashmir to Kanyakumari, whatever languages are, I respect all of them equally. But if you try to impose Hindi on us, we will fight tooth and nail. We are not anti-Hindi. Understand this. I love listening to Hindi songs. I love to speak that language too. But if you try to impose it, no. We are not going to take it lying down. Because that is against the concept of India. You and your party, or whoever who thinks that, are against India, the concept of India. Do not do that. I am a proud Indian, okay? But my identity as a Tamilian dates back 10,000 years. That is my history, okay? Despite that, I am proud to be an Indian as well. Our national anthem is Bangla, not Hindi. And when we sing the national anthem, I get goosebumps all over my body. Why? Because we feel patriotic. And look what you're doing. You're trying to take that feeling away. You're taking that love from my heart away about this country. And that is the definition of being anti-Indian. And that is what you're trying to be. Do not be that. You're the home minister of this country. The people gave you a mandate to govern this country properly. Instead, what is happening? The economy is slowing down. 8 critical sectors are going to dogs. Unemployment is an all-time high. What is your government doing about it? Instead of focusing on that, you're focusing on this. You're trying to impose your will on us. And you expect us to take it lying down? No. See, you can bully other politicians, you can buy them out, you can do whatever you want with them, okay? But there are people like us who are proud, who are free. We are born free, we will live free, we will die free. Who are not afraid of you and your government machinery. We will speak the truth, we will continue to speak the truth. When I say we, I'm talking about all people who are against this discrimination, who are against this imposition. This is nothing but a colonial mindset, a mindset of a colonial master. And we have already been enslaved once. We will not be enslaved again. And all of us will fight against this. Because we have to protect each other. We have to fight for the concept of India and live as Indians. Jai Hind.